Hey there, Bunny. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, this is what we see, Bunny. This is what we see.
Oops. I was being sassy.
Okay,
Sassy.
just in case Eva puts this in the beginning of the video, what we're happening here is we're waiting for Eva to pull something up, and I'm going through my Twitter timeline, just waiting because I have ADHD, and all of a sudden it's Bunny going eat my, and then it's a booty.
It's just a little butt.
It's just a little butt. Jesus Christ, Bunny.
Okay.
All right, so it's episode number 43, correct?
Yes.
Wait, I gotta make sure Eva's here.
Oh my god, I was muted. Yes.
Listen,
yes, episode 43.
If this ends up scuffed, we're going with it anyway because I am not re-recording this a third time.
No.
Okay?
We got it.
You just might have to take a bunch of F words out, but
Yeah.
you know what? We're going to have to do it. Okay. Everybody, and welcome back to the broadcast. And today we are talking about Natalie Grace, and with me is the beautiful Eva.
Oh, hi.
And the lovely Southern Belle, Miss Bunny.
Hello.
God, you sound so sweet. It's so gross.
I'm the sweetest. That's why.
Yeah, actually, yes, you are. Actually, I can't even argue that. Whatever. But no, I'm really excited about this subject because Eva finally caught up. Mostly, I think you're on the last episode of the second season.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
yep.
So you're pretty much caught up. This whole Natalie Grace thing, when I first saw it, I saw it on Discovery Plus. That's how I've been watching it, on Discovery Plus. Mm-hmm. It's actually a docuseries on the ID channel. And, oh my God. When I first started watching it, I was like, no. She fake. And then it just kept going and going and going. And then before you know it, I'm screaming at the TV at 3 o'clock in the morning because I can't believe what's going on. So good.
Yep. Yeah, what a roller coaster. Like, it's so insane the way it sort of goes back and forth. You don't know who to believe. And
yes!
Oh, my God.
Yes!
Yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, you better watch it. Holy crap.
It was so funny. Eva, you could tell Eva was really, really getting into the second season because my girl was dropping screenshots going, oh, no. What happened here? Why is he in the car? What is this? What is that? And I'm like, oh.
I was literally
it was so good.
Yeah. I was like literally like gobsmacked the entire time. Like, what the hell? Because I think I originally heard of this when the Dr. Phil episode came out, and this was like a few years ago now. And like I just thought, oh yeah, this is like some 33-year-old Ukrainian woman who's trying to threaten the family and like trying to kill them all and whatever. And like, I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. And then, like, I completely forgot about it. And then it came back up in the news. And then Xylie, you're like, oh, my God, I just binge-watched this thing. And I'm like, wait.
Yeah, that's how it started. That's how it started in the conversation in our Discord. I was like, man, I'm binge-watching, this thing about this lady from the Ukraine. And they thought that she was, like, a full-grown adult. And both y'all were like, wait a minute, I know that story. Oh, we need to do an episode. So, I mean, here we are.
Yeah.
Dustin Daly actually made a 9-minute video about it. So I figured as a basis, we can react to that video and then add in here and there the conversation surrounding it.
Yeah, sweet. Sounds good.
Yeah. So when y'all want me to stop, tell me to stop. Hopefully YouTube, dear YouTube gods, please let this work because we tried this yesterday, but it just was not working yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Now a story making headlines around the world. Is this child a child or a grown woman? A Florida couple say they were duped into adopting her from Ukraine. They claim they were told she was only 6 years old, but then they say red flags started to pop up, leading them to believe that she was much older. On top of that, the child's adoptive father tells our Stephen Fabian she threatened to kill his family.
Okay, I want to say something. That picture that they were showing, she looks totally different now. She looked like a child in the face.
Yeah, you can tell that's a baby, especially compared to what she looks like now. Like, obviously, she's aged.
Yeah. What those pictures they had of her, like in Disneyland or like in their house or whatever, she looked like a kid in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Natalia Grace Barnett's saga has become a compelling and widely discussed true crime phenomenon, primarily propelled into the public eye through the ID Network's gripping docuseries The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. This narrative unfolds around Natalia, a Ukrainian girl adopted by Michael and Christine Barnett, and the ensuing legal drama that cast a long shadow over her life.
News 18 has been working for answers since charges were filed earlier this month in a case that's been in the works for most of this decade. Michael and Christine Barnett are both charged.
Okay, I want to say something real quick. All right, so it's hard to tell who's telling the truth and who's lying in some parts, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I will say this. There is a part, and Eva, I think you actually insert screenshot from Eva here, okay? Yeah. When he was describing what he saw his wife doing, the beating that she was giving that girl, dude, you stood there and watched it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The fact that he actually set a scene and was like, I need the camera to be here and I need this to be here and this is what she was doing. And he was slamming his fist down into that floor as hard as he could that he actually was like, ow, I hurt myself at the end of it. It's like, dude, you stood by and watched your wife do that to your adoptive child? Are you kidding me? Like, nah, you also deserve to be under the prison. Like, there's no
and he
way
said
anyone...
it no shame. Yeah, he seriously said it no shame. Like, he was just like he. I guess he doesn't think what him standing by watching was as bad as the act being done.
No,
and
he
that's
was
just
complicit.
Crazy. Yeah,
he was complicit.
Okay, well, here's my problem with him. All right, he was way too over dramatic for me to believe a damn word he said.
Oh yeah.
The theatrics were turned up to 1,000.
Yes, and it honestly
his
felt like
so shifty.
Well, it honestly felt like that he was trying to sell the story.
Yeah. He was trying to squeeze out tears like every chance he could. It's like, dude. It's like,
and I noticed like a lot of the times when he was crying, he would do that like look around thing.
Yep.
You know, when people cry and they shift their eyes around to see who's looking. Are they buying it? Should I keep going?
Yeah.
You could tell that's what he was doing throughout the whole thing.
Yep.
Gross.
So gross. So gross.
Charged with child neglect. The two are accused of adopting a Ukrainian girl with dwarfism, changing her age legally from 8 to 22 years old, putting her in a Lafayette apartment, and then leaving with the rest of the family for Canada. One of Christine's friends says that's not all true. The friend spoke to News 18 on the basis of anonymity Monday. The information is unverified by News 18. The friend says the girl had severe mental health issues when the Barnetts adopted her in 2010. According to the friend, the girl physically attacked the family and caused a, quote, traumatic adoption experience.
Okay. So they pointed out, and I haven't watched this video from Dustin, so he might end up saying it, so I'm going to go ahead and say it now. All right? In the second season, they pointed out the parents knew she was already underage because of the dentist that looked at her teeth and did an x-ray. She literally had baby teeth.
Yeah, most of her baby teeth as well.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, she had most of her baby teeth. They already knew before going to court, they knew she was not 22 years old. So that means they put an 8-year-old in an apartment to fend for herself.
I just, 8 years old and with other physical disability as well.
Yes.
Like, I just, that's so sickening. It's a baby. Like, how
Yes.
can you
Yeah.
expect a child to look after themselves and fend for themselves? Oh.
And
yeah, especially a child with so many disabilities. Like, how is she turning lights on? Like, there's so many questions.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, how?
Absolutely. Another problem is that that golden number 22, because they knew that in their state of Indiana, all right, if you adopt a child, you are responsible for that child until they hit 21 years of age. So if her turning 22, that means they have no charge over her at all, right?
Yeah.
However, because of her disability, they still were in charge of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they didn't quite wipe out everything they wanted to, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they shopped around for doctors that would say that she was over 21, like, or 22 or whatever. Yeah, there was multiple doctors that they went to first that were like, no, this is a child. And then they got a family friend to say, oh, yeah, she's over 18. She's much older.
Yep.
And that's the one that they took to, I guess, to court with them to show that she was over age.
Yeah, well, there was two, right? There was the family doctor that they had for a while who, like, obviously was coerced into saying that, because every time they went, they were like, she's older than that, right? She's older than that, right? She's older than that, right? So he was kind of like in that mind frame that, like, you know, yeah, maybe she's older. And then the other one was like just a medical professional. It wasn't even a doctor. It was like some kind of like therapist. I believe, I can't remember exactly. But yeah, they just took those two testimonies and that was it. And they had like
they should lose their licenses. Like, how is that not malpractice?
I don't know either. Well, how is it? I'm going to go ahead and say it. How is it they went to court, when they went to court for what they did to her? How is it that they couldn't talk about the age at all when that was the contention?
Oh my God. Not even being able to say a child or
nothing.
Adult or
and they
like,
got away with it. Both of them got away with it.
Like even those
gross.
Jurors. Yeah, those jurors that came away afterward and watched the Dr. Phil episode and was just like, oh, he just gone away with everything.
Yeah.
Like they felt sick at the end of that, knowing all of the rest of the story. Like I would too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like that's massive miscarriage of justice for sure.
I stopped here, and I stopped here also. The girl had severe mental health issues. Most adopted children from like the Ukraine and Russia and different countries of the world, they're going to have mental health issues.
Honestly, even in America, but that's just something you should expect when adopting a child, that they're not gonna they're gonna have needs that are different than a regular child.
Exactly. Especially from like the Ukraine, like they're known for their orphanages not being top tier, not being the best. You know,
that's so sad.
Yeah, it's horribly sad. Girl physically attacked the family. Well, if you look back on how she was treated, now here's the thing, that's based off of somebody else saying that. Did that person actually see that, or are they going off what the mother said?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, caused traumatic adoption experience. Yeah, for her.
Yeah.
For her. Ugh. All right.
The family believed the girl was older than they were told. The friend says the court accepted 2 doctors' reports saying the girl was actually an adult. The documents are unverified.
In the spring of 2010, Michael and Christine Barnett undertook the adoption of Natalia Grace, initially under the belief that she was 6 years old. However, as the next 2 years unfolded, behavioral issues and reservations about Natalia's physical appearance prompted the Barnetts to reassess her age, ultimately leading them to conclude that she was an adult suffering from a severe form of dwarfism known as spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia.
You can't tell me that does not look like a child.
Contrary to their
that
initial
is
understanding,
a baby.
reshaped the entire narrative.
That looks like a child.
Her little chubby cheeks, little eyes, like her forehead's actually quite small compared to what it is now as well. Like you see the difference between everything.
That looks like a child. Come on, bro.
surrounding Natalia's adoption, with the Barnetts asserting that their adoptive daughter was, in reality, an adult. This belief was grounded in their observation of its physical characteristics and behavior, attributing her diminutive stature to the specific form of dwarfism. Accusations leveled by the Barnetts against Natalia paint a troubling picture of alleged threats and attempts to cause harm to the family. Among these accusations are claims that Natalia attempted to poison Christine Barnett and even dragged her toward an electric fence. These alarming allegations form the basis for the Barnetts' pursuit of a legal change in Natalia's age, driven by their perception of her as a potential threat to their family.
Okay, sorry, it's messing up, but we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Did you see the explanation that she gave about the poisoning the coffee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So originally they said that Natalia, they were in a good mood that morning, and Natalia wanted to help with the dishes. So she got up on a chair and started washing the dishes. Christine walked away from the room, and then apparently Natalia filled her coffee cup up with Pledge. And then when Natalia's mother came back, she took a sip from the coffee and was just like, "Oh my God, you're trying to poison me. Why did you do that? Blah, blah, blah." And then they had to call out poison control, apparently. And she said, like, poison control had to make her throw up. And so that essentially was what the mother said what happened. But what actually happened, according to Natalia, is very different story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Natalia was like, well, they were actually wiping down the the dining table with some furniture polish. So Natalia's mum was spraying the table, and they were both just wiping it down. And then as they were doing that, Natalia's mother walked out of the room for a moment. Natalia said that she spotted a place where they hadn't wiped it yet. So she scooted the coffee cup over. She grabbed the spray, sprayed it on the table, and was wiping it again. And then as soon as the mother came back in, she goes, "What did you do to my coffee? What did you do to it?" As if she'd actually sprayed something into it. She was like, "No, I didn't." And then she threw the coffee out. She didn't sip from it or anything. And then she filled more coffee into the cup, put it on the table, grabbed Natalia's hand, and made her spray the furniture polish in her hand into the coffee cup, saying that you did this, you were doing this. And at the same time, she took out her phone trying to record her doing it. Yep. And it's just in what world would that be a defense as well? You actually catching her, making her do that. That's not going to hold up anywhere, especially considering
the insanity. The thought process to get there is just wild.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's my thing. The only reason why I can believe Natalia on that, because I think about what the son, who's living in the basement of his father's house, FYI.
Yeah. He's a freaking genius and he's living there. I don't know. Okay, anyway.
But hearing him talk about how his mother had him pee on Natalia's bed.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then when he still had the hot mic on and he went and talked to his dad and they talked about how they kicked her down the stairs.
That's fucking horrible. Oh, sorry. Cuss. It makes me so sick.
So I'm going to be honest. If you can kick someone down the stairs and have your son pee on that child's bed, yes, I can believe you did some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like that she actually manipulated the children into that as well, into feeling like that she was, some evil person and we have to get it, we have to pay her back. And because, she was pooping herself and weeing herself everywhere apparently. But that's what they were saying. So we don't know if that's actually true or not.
Well, the son was intimidated. He said that. He said she was trying to kill them.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hello? Hey, what's up, Mom?
Oh, the mom's so pale and blonde and it just makes her look so sticky. She's one of those sticky looking pale blondes.
And sticky looking pale blonde.
Yeah, really pale blonde people like that. They just look so sticky to me. You would touch her and your fingers would just stick.
It's like if she stood in the sun, she'd be translucent.
Yeah. Ugh, it's like powder. Like that movie with powder. He always looks so sticky to me and he didn't even have hair.
Even she was disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
was there like evidence of her basically trying to traffic Natalia?
I think there was some weirdness with some
There was some,
some sexual stuff, and I don't know, I remember there was when she was in a home or something, they were all saying that she was being overly sexual with all the men residents that were there, and it's
yeah,
well, that would probably have stemmed from some kind of use, most like
yeah,
that
yeah.
age being sexual like that, yeah, that would have to be about where it came from. So sad.
So I was thinking, even like these situations where like they were rolling around on the grass with that other boy and stuff like that, and all of a sudden she
Yeah.
tried to open up his pants. And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
like that is some trauma and what she thinks she's supposed to do. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
I hate it. The daddy, oh, he's got the most punchable face, I swear.
Honestly, like you should see the screenshot I took of him like trying to cry. I'm like, oh dude,
Ugh.
I just wanna nah. And that little excerpt, like where they went into like going to like one of the next episodes, or it's like, well, that's one version of it. I can cry, I can turn that on if you want. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes, yeah, there's something really wrong with him.
So wrong.
Like, how did these people get approved to adopt? Like, that's what I want to know, because they seem
so
even just
quickly.
base level weird.
Yeah.
Is the mama wearing a wig right there? Or I think she's just got
No.
really hot roots and it's making it look like it's lifted at the scalp
Yeah,
or
maybe.
something. Yeah, something's weird.
It does look like one of those, like, really shit sort of wigs with bangs on the front that needs to be slipped to the
Yeah.
side because it's too long. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I could pick these people apart visually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am so sorry about that. My mother was excitingly happy. So let me go ahead and tell y'all what happened. So,
Okay.
my mama's dog, Layla, got out. She's named after Layla Ali because she has a lot of attitude. So my mom named her after Muhammad Ali's daughter.
Aw.
Oh,
My
that's so cute.
My mama's a dork like that. Anyway, so she's a little chihuahua, so she's a hell spawn. And she got out of the house and they were looking for her for hours, couldn't find her. And she ended up like a mile down the road.
Oh my
and
gosh.
supposedly she got hit by a car. And then somebody picked her up and took her to the vet, to the emergency vet. Well, it so happened to be the same vet my mom takes her dogs to, right?
Oh, that's lucky.
And they said, oh, yeah, she's in the back. You can come get her if you want to get her. She is not hurt at all.
That's
Wow.
a miracle.
She has a little rub mark, like just like where her fur is dirty on the top of her head, but she is not hurt at all.
What? They
Wow.
ran over her head? Oh my god.
Yeah, she's not hurt.
Oh my gosh.
And it was
That's
there.
a miracle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
That dog's meant to
Crazy.
do great things.
that dog's
And at
evil.
16.
Yeah.
And at 16 years old.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
you think-
16.
yeah.
She's
Oh my
16
gosh.
and she has lost her hearing. And she
Oh,
can
poor
barely
baby.
see in one eye. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Aw.
Don't all her.
she's
She
meant
mean
to
as
do
hell.
something. She's meant to do something amazing. That's why God kept her alive. She said, "Nope, you're not done.
Yeah.
You're not done on Earth, little 16-year-old deaf dog."
Yeah. So sorry about that. I apologize. Anyway, did we say everything we were going to say about this?
Yeah, we were talking about the peeing on the bed and the manipulation of the boys and throwing them down the stairs, throwing her down the stairs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then we just picked on her appearance for a little bit. And that's about
Okay.
it.
All right. There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So let's continue.
All right.
Family safety.
And just explain the frightening things that you woke up to and the things that she began to do.
Oh my goodness. Yes, absolutely. So after that day when we had the play date with another girl with the exact same kind of dwarfism that Natalia had, and supposedly at the exact same age, you knew immediately these two people were nowhere near the same level of maturity. And then when the Ukrainian woman began speaking to Natalia in what was supposed to be her native language, which Natalia has never had an accent her entire life, she got very angry and very upset and began to lash out. The first steps were smaller. She would put thumbtacks face up on our stairs. So when we would walk up and down stairs, we would be stepping on thumbtacks. Certain things would start to become missing.
Do you notice how he's talking differently here than he did in that documentary?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's also like some claims in there that wasn't told on the documentary, like the thumbtacks thing, and like didn't she didn't lash out with the Ukrainian woman that he said last time. He was saying that she just didn't understand her and looked blankly at her.
Well, did you notice?
Yeah.
Okay, towards the end of the second season, they started showing his inconsistencies of what he was saying.
Oh, okay.
I think it was predominantly in the last episode. And I think that's the one you haven't watched.
Yeah.
They started showing where he said one thing in one interview, and then he said another thing in another interview.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that's what happens when you tell lies. You can't keep track of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I want to say one thing. You could fit a very large marble in each of his nostrils. Like, I keep picturing that in my head, like how easy a marble would just pop right up in there.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
In the home, we would find knives under her bed. And then after a short time, there was a moment when I woke up in the middle of the night and Natalia was standing over my bed with a knife in her hand, very blank look on her face, and she's just standing there with a knife.
Beyond the specter of violence, the
Okay,
Barnetts labeled
pause.
Natalia as a
on,
sociopath and
hold
a
on.
con artist, insinuating deliberate
I can't
deception
pause
regarding
like
her
how we
age
wanna
and
pause.
intentions to manipulate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Standing over the bed. The girl was like a couple of feet tall. Apparently, she couldn't even see over the back end of the post for the bed. How is she standing
Yeah.
over the bed with a knife, number one? Number two, she couldn't even grip a knife if she wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she showed
Like,
that. She showed that in the documentary that she couldn't do it.
No. Like, there are so many inconsistencies. Like, how can you say she was standing over the bed? She couldn't even see past the bed. Like, far out.
You know what I noticed in the documentary when he was talking about that? And I know body language stuff is kind of like pseudoscience and there's not, can't really be backed. But I did notice when he was talking about her standing over the bed thing in the docuseries, he was closing his eyes a lot while he was saying that. And he did the same thing just then.
Oh.
And they say, like, when you're lying, you close your eyes while you're saying the lie. And he, like, it's just weird that he did it. But I noticed both times he closed his eyes when he talks about that part.
Oh, I think he is
Just
a
interesting.
liar throughout this whole thing. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Again, they were told she was a child before they went to that court. He's a liar. What he's trying to do is cover his own ass so the wife can get it. And honestly, she should get it because I think she's more, I guess you would say, more guilty in a certain way than he is, because I think she did more of the physical abuse than he did. But
Yeah.
he saw the physical abuse and he put her in that house or in the apartment.
Yep.
And he would go and see her in the apartment. I don't know. I think something.
He's
I
just
think,
as guilty.
I think some other. I don't know. In the back of my mind, I'm going to be truthful with you. I wouldn't doubt if some other stuff happened that hadn't been said.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Sociopath and a con artist, insinuating deliberate deception regarding her age and intentions to manipulate those around her. In 2012, they took the extraordinary step of petitioning the Marion County Probate Court to alter Natalia's birth year from 2003 to 1989, thereby officially classifying her as an adult. The subsequent move to Canada in 2013 left Natalia behind in a rented apartment in Lafayette, Indiana.
After the girl's age was legally changed.
I cannot believe they literally aged her up 14 years.
That is such a big gap.
14
That's
years.
huge.
Now, the lady said, I can't remember who she was, but she was like a lady who deals with cases like this or whatever. And she says it's not unusual for a child to be born in Ukraine, Russia, or whatever, all right? And they're in the orphanage. They come here, and they are actually a little bit older than what it said, because kids, the younger the kid is, the better chance they have of getting adopted. So
Right.
Yeah.
say that the kid is actually 8 years old or 9 years old, but they say that they're 6. So that's not unusual. She says it happens more often what people think. Okay?
Yeah.
But 14 years?
That's insane.
14 years.
That's insane. And like putting her in this apartment at would have been like 9, almost 10 years old
She
as
was
well.
9. She was 9 years old. Yep. On a
And
second
with the
story.
Second story with that physical ability she's got, like going up to the house, number one, it's got stairs, and then she has to go up a whole lot of stairs to go up to her actual apartment. I couldn't imagine her going out every single day at all. Like she'd just be stuck in there or she'd be stuck out. Like it'd just be too
didn't
tiring.
they say they took her walker too, right? Like when they left her there, they took her walker with them. They didn't want her leaving the house. They wanted her stuck in there.
Yep.
Yeah. And they took her phone, no landline. Electricity was cut off for a while. Like, that's it. So gross.
Yes, it's very gross. Very, very gross.
The friend said the Barnetts helped the girl get housing in Lafayette. The friend says the girl was supposedly living on her own under the care of doctors. However, affidavits filed by the Tippecanoe County prosecutor say differently, raising more questions than answers. Prosecutors determined the Barnetts abandoned the girl in Lafayette in 2013. Court documents cite 2 doctors' reports where they say the girl's age was about 8 years old in 2010 and 11 years old in 2012. A 60 Minutes report documented the successes of the Barnett's son Jacob, a physics prodigy. The family moved to Canada for the boy to continue his education. The report even appears to show the girl.
And he's stuck in the basement of his daddy's house.
He did say that he felt like he regressed as well and he got older.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is a lot of like trauma from growing up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You didn't see that part.
No. What part?
His mother doctored his graduation papers.
Oh no, I did see that.
Yes.
Yeah, University of Barnett or something.
Yeah, it wasn't university. It was like the something school of Barnett or prestigious school of Barnett or something. Their last name. Yeah. He supposedly took all these different classes that he never took. He was homeschooled. I mean, he's still a genius when it comes to like mathematical equations and stuff like that, but he didn't do piano. He didn't learn like the Russian language or whatever else she put on there. It was Japanese. Yeah. Wow. He didn't do any of that. That's why I can believe what she did. Because they had been lying this whole time about everything, even their son.
Yeah.
That's crazy. These people are crazy.
Yeah, they just lie.
And they got away with it. That's the sad part. She needs to sue the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Listen, the family of, what's her name with, the football player, white Bronco?
Yeah, the Blindside one.
Yeah.
No, not Blindside. No.
Oh.
The one that he killed her and he ran in the white Bronco.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, OJ.
Yeah, OJ Simpson, all right?
Oh, what?
He won the trial, but they still got him civilly. They got him in a civil suit.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's with this double jeopardy thing that they can't be trialed for it again? So
yeah, the government can't charge him. She can get him in a civil. They can get him. She can get them in a civil suit based off of her age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, she stopped going to school.
Yep.
Yeah. 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 They basically ruined her life by doing what they did.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
Natalia's response to these grave accusations have been a staunch denial of any wrongdoing, firmly maintaining that she was a child at the time of adoption and refuting claims of posing a threat to the Barnett family. The legal proceedings stemming from those accusations have been intricate and protracted, resulting in charges of neglect against the Barnetts. The repercussions of these actions have been profound, significantly impacting Natalia's legal standing, personal relationships, and public perception. Throughout these challenges, Natalia has consistently shared her side of the story, determined to assert her innocence and advocate for herself. Natalia's own perspective on her ordeal takes a cinematic turn as she draws parallels between her experience and the plot of the movie Orphan. She points out the uncanny similarities, a Ukrainian or Russian girl, the orphan, narrative and sensational elements like standing at the end of the bed with a knife, underscoring her desire to reveal the truth of her experience, a chance she feels she never.
We pause now? We good? Okay. You saw that baby picture of her. She has baby teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She absolutely has baby teeth, and I cannot believe. Oh my god, I'm so angry with this.
I hate all the adults in this situation as well. Every single adult.
Except for the two that took her in.
Yeah. I was going to say, not every single adult. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't that type of situation because those two that took her in, at first, I was worried. When they first introduced those two, and I was like, ooh, I don't know. But then come to find out, no, they really stuck by her, and they basically actually raised her. Because by the time she got to them, she was like 9 going on 10 years old. And they let her be a kid again.
Yeah. And the fact that like Michael was trying to villainize them by saying that they took all her food stamps and stuff like that, and it's just like, dude,
he's so gross.
Yeah.
He is so gross. He is an absolute piece of shit. I'm sorry. This dude.
Absolutely.
Had. The legal proceedings which unfolded in 2019 saw both Christine and Michael facing criminal charges, including neglect of a dependent, neglect causing bodily injury, and endangering a dependent's life. However, the complexity of the case heightened due to the disparity between Natalia's legal and alleged biological age at the time of abandonment. 24 years old versus 10 years old. In February 2022, 4 neglect charges were dismissed based on the statute of limitations. Prosecutors decided to press ahead with the remaining neglect charges, focusing on Natalia's disability. Michael was eventually cleared.
I cannot believe they got away with it.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
No, and the amount of stuff that was omitted for trial for the jury to look at was just insane as well. Like they got like what 10% of what was happening. Like
I cannot believe the judge was okay with that because the whole problem was they aged her up legally. That's the whole problem, and I can't believe the judge was okay with that. That the judge was like, yeah, you can't talk about age, you can't do... What? That's the whole premise of the problem.
Yeah.
That they literally stuck an 8-year-old to fend for herself. And here's another thing, too. Okay. So you notice how they talked about when they sent her to the mental institution, that those workers that worked at the mental institution was talking about how she was always talking about having a boyfriend and sex and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then the neighbors also said that she would talk about having sex and stuff like that, or talk about sex, or, you know, creepy, and that creepy naked guy, she would go spend hours with or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
What do children do? They mimic the adults around them. They mimic what they see on TV. They mimic the actual adults that are around them and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah.
This is an 8-year-old that was by herself watching whatever she wanted on TV, listening to whatever she wanted on the radio, and it was around a creepy old dude that would be naked all the time, spending time in his house for hours. Of course that's what she did. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt she talked about sex because she didn't know what she was talking about. She was probably repeating the shit that she heard from other people.
Yeah, like Bunny and I were talking about before while you're on the phone to your mum is like the fact that like we were saying that wasn't there some sort of insinuation that the mother was like doing some sort of like sex trafficking with the daughter and trying to set her up with other people and that sort of stuff. And like I feel like that, you know, how she's been coached to say a lot of things. Like I feel like that sort of might have been one of the things that she was coached to do or say in I know it sounds gross, but like I feel like that's something that she was doing as well.
You know, I'm telling you, I feel like more happened to her in that home than what was said.
Yeah.
And I can't
something
I can't say it. I obviously can't say it for a fact, obviously, and I'm not going to. But I just have a feeling that something more happened to her in that home, and someone was working overtime to cover that up.
Yeah. Yeah, something gives me like a weird feeling. To me, anytime a child is overly talking about sexual stuff, it makes me wonder, like, have they been sexually abused?
Yes.
Or something, to where that just, it's normal to them and their little heads to talk about, like, it just, I don't know, there's a piece missing in it. It's horrible.
Yeah. Wasn't there like a part in the documentary where Michael had the laptop and it was with the the other little person, the famous one, saying what the mum said to him about Michael. Did anyone catch that part?
I
I
mean,
might have missed
no,
that.
I mean, I don't remember what was it, Eva?
So like he was playing that guy Freddie Gill, I think his name was. He was playing him saying what the mother was talking about Michael and what Michael was doing to Natalia, and like it insinuated that there was some sexual things going on between Michael and Natalia.
Yes.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And then like he just got so upset. He was almost like, "No, I'm not doing this." Blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I don't know.
and then again, that was also coming from the mother. So how much of that is true? It's
Exactly.
like that one lady said. Again, I don't remember. She had like shoulder length hair, and she was sitting outside at the table. That lady.
Yeah.
It's like she's like, I don't know who's telling the truth. The only truth we have is what we got from the dentist or what we got from the doctors. As far as the retelling of the story, we don't know who's telling the truth.
Yeah.
But it just seems like to me, it feels like if a child, like Bunny, like you said, if a child at 8, 9, 10 years old is running around talking about sex, something happened.
Yeah, that's not normal.
That is a huge red flag that is burning on fire. Something happened. It just makes me feel like something more happened to her, and either she doesn't remember it, because trauma can make you forget things. Remember that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. She might not even remember why she's talking about these sexual things, you know, why that came up. Yeah, because she could have blocked it out.
Yes. And like she doesn't remember having knives under her bed. I'm going to be quite honest. If she was getting sprayed in the face with mace, if she was having her siblings pee on her bed and stuff like that, do you blame her for having a knife under her bed?
Yep. And you know, this reminded me, I had an old roommate that she was sexually abused when she was younger, like a lot, and she slept with a knife under her bed. She kept a knife in her hair all the time.
Yeah.
Like she would tie a knife up in her. But like that's just, I feel like that's just something people who have been through certain things, they do things like that. And even probably at a young age, you probably do things that make you feel more secure.
Yeah.
Can I just say that pepper spray situation? Oh my God.
That was
It's
a lot.
It's like training a dog with a bottle of water, you know, not to do things. But it was like pepper spray and telling her to stand there with her hands by her side for 10 minutes or more before she could even wash it out. And not to rub it, it's going to make it worse. This is what's going to feel like if you don't say the things that I'm telling you to say.
How about making her put her nose to the wall for over 8 hours, and she was literally shitting herself and pissing herself because she wasn't allowed to move until she told her exactly all the other homes she's been in.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sick.
And Michael let that happen.
Yes.
I saw it happen a few times.
Yes. Bro, you're just as bad as she is. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
Ew. No. Oh my God. This whole case just... Listen, I didn't stream one whole night because of this damn docu-series, because it was just like, I had to know what kept going. I had to know. I had to keep watching it.
It was so much.
It was.
Yeah, so much, and then you still have that feeling like so much is left out.
Yeah,
like
I feel like I don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so gross.
It's got to be a season 3, right? The way they left it off.
Oh, yeah, has to be. Has to be.
Yeah.
While the charges against Christine were dismissed in March of 2023.
It's a story that captured the world's attention. A girl named Natalia claiming that her adoptive parents here in Indiana abandoned her in an apartment in Lafayette. She took her story to Dr. Phil, and in time, both parents were charged with neglect. Part of the issue was whether or not she was a minor or if she was an adult. Now, a jury found that the father, Michael Barnett, was not guilty. That verdict came down just in recent weeks. And today, and only on 13, Barnett talks since the verdict, and he shares his feelings.
Oh, what?
I don't even know if I want to hear this. I'm going to be honest.
He just wants to be on camera. Like,
Yes.
that's like, he just wants to be in front of everything. Like, it's, sickening.
He's like one of those people that he's trying to sell it so hard, he looks more guilty.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. He
The
thinks he's a good actor.
The way he acted in that docuseries and the way he acted when he talked to her, oh my God, it has guilt written all over his face. And because she's not saying anything, the wife, or ex-wife, because the ex-wife isn't saying anything, you can only go by his word.
Yeah.
Yep.
And her charges got dismissed.
Yeah, that's the most sickening thing of all. Like, I can't believe that hers got dismissed as well. Like, it's like no one was responsible. What I was going to say was that when they were in there for the first initial interview, the way that he spoke to Natalia was just, that was like, I felt was uncalled for in the way that she was, because he was trying to tell her that he was a victim too. We both had the same monster, he kept saying. And like, he was like, you know, hamming that up, right?
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
that whole scene was just like, it was rehearsed. You could tell it was like he rehearsed that.
Yeah. And then the fact that he was like, you know, she goes, well, do you care to elaborate? And he's like, well, will you let me do it? Because it's quite a lot to do. He started like talking back to her like that. I'm like, what? That is just gross. How can you speak like that to someone that's been through so much that you allowed most of that stuff to happen to, number one, and you going up there saying that you are also a victim? It's like, dude, how are you the same amount of victim as what Natalia is? This is what he's trying to portray to her, saying, look, I am just a victim like you, blah, blah, blah. It's
my
like,
wife was the monster.
No, you're not. You were there. You were backing her up. You were also a freaking monster.
Yep. Exactly.
About Natalia today. As an adoptive father, did you ever love her?
Yes, absolutely I did.
And do you love her now?
No.
So my question is this, if you thought she was one age, but she turned out to be the other, but you loved her, then why did her age matter? If I think my son is 14, but I later find out he's 24.
Yeah.
He's still my son and
Absolutely,
I still love him.
positively, you still do. But if that was the one and only little breadcrumb or nugget, absolutely, positively. But when you realize that just simply the age being different or incorrect is just the tip of the iceberg, but it ain't the age that would cause somebody to lose love with somebody, as you so eloquently said, that's not why I would say I don't love her today. It's been 10 years since we were together, and there was a lot of things that, again, unfortunately, due to the gag order, I can't talk about.
Word salad.
Oh, how convenient. How convenient. Yeah.
Word salad. He's talking word salad. You know what? When you did love her, you didn't mind standing back and watching your wife beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
That's just a rotten ass man. Like, everything about him's just rotten.
Is. And can we talk about, I have a hard time believing that he's straight.
Oh, yeah. He's totally gay. Look at him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand gestures don't lie.
I'm sorry. And listen, okay? He could be like, what do they call it? Metrosexual? You know, when they're like in touch with their feminine side or whatever. Look, okay? He might be, but I'm sorry. The way he is acting, there is more to him and his wife than what we think. I have my full-blown conspiracy hat on with this couple. I am sorry.
Yep.
Just by the way he acted in that docuseries. Oh my. He infuriated me more than anything.
Yeah. And when you know somebody's lying, like how you know they're lying, it's easy you got to just run with conspiracy theories because you don't know what's the truth any daggone way.
True. Oh. Ugh.
that would have caused feelings to change.
Public reaction to Natalia's case have been varied, with some siding with the Barnett's claims of Natalia posing as an adult, while others sympathize with her,
That's a
viewing her as
baby.
a
Look
victim
at
of her
her.
adoptive parents' actions. Release of the docuseries, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace and Natalia Speak, has reignited public interest and debate surrounding the case. In the aftermath of these challenges, Natalia has managed to forge ahead, currently residing with her new guardians, Bishop Antoine and Cynthia Manns. She has shared her side of the story through the docuseries, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, Natalia Speaks. Despite her resilience, the allegations in the ensuing legal battle have undoubtedly left an indelible mark on Natalia Grace Barnett's life, underscoring the complexity and lasting consequences of this high-profile true crime narrative.
Okay, there we go.
Thanks, Justin. That was awesome.
Oh my god. Okay, anyway, yes, good video. No, it's just that this whole case is just like, bro, what? And we're never going to know the real truth about what happened.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
that
because she
too.
was too young to accurately remember. Like, I mean, that would make sense. He's lying. She's lying. Like, yeah, we'll never know.
Oh yeah, I think she lied about some stuff. I absolutely believe I don't think she's completely innocent, but here's my thing. She was
a child.
She was a child. You
Yeah.
can't hold her accountable for what she did. You know what? Maybe she wasn't obviously not standing over the bed, but can I believe she was in the doorway with a knife in her hand? Yeah, I can believe it. Look what she was dealing with, because I actually believe she dealt with that stuff.
Yeah, and it would make sense if she didn't remember that too. She could, I mean,
Exactly.
like, under that amount of stress, she could have been sleepwalking. She could have just been blacking out and doing stuff, like disassociating.
Yeah.
Like, even so, like, why would you be afraid of this, like, couple of foot nothing holding a knife? She doesn't have enough strength to be able to put that into anything. Like, and you can literally just hold her off with your hand. Like, she's not going to do anything.
True.
Like,
yeah,
that is a fact.
That is just gross.
Okay, let's see. Oh, well, here is a thing. She has a GoFundMe. Kind of makes sense. Not gonna lie, I'm not mad at it. It says, "Hi, my name is Natalia." Oh, that's how she spells her name?
Yeah, she changed her name to that spelling.
I actually like that spelling. Not gonna lie, I'm not mad at it. Hi, my name is Natalia Manns, aka Natalia Grace. I recently moved out and I'm saving money to get my own house so I can have a personal space of my own. And I'm wanting to start my own photography business to create a fun, awesome way to have fun and do what I love, which is taking pictures and creating memories for myself and other people. I am doing this so I can have a fresh start in life as an adult and get past everything that happened in my life. I have a type of dwarfism called dystrophic dysplasia. It's a form of dwarfism that has many serious issues which often requires surgery, which a lot of dwarfism does require a lot of surgery, and hers is like extremely bad. I'll likely have to have a major spine surgery and even more surgeries on my legs. The costs associated with these surgeries are in excess of $500,000 because of the specialist does not accept my medical insurance. The first treatment I need to have is my spine corrected, as if I leave it too long, it could lead to paralysis and say that word. Incontinence.
Yeah.
Thank you. I would like to make enough to at least put a deposit on my own place and start a business to start earning some money so I can start saving for this expensive treatment. However, if I reach over my goal, I will be able to put that towards the treatment I require to give me a better chance at getting enough to cover it. To all who have stuck by me through all this, I cannot thank you enough. Love y'all.
Oh.
And she has raised basically 15 grand out of 20.
Yeah, and in 6 days as well.
In 6 days. Yeah. So
I mean, do what you gotta do. For sure.
Yeah, with her having a limited education and a limited, ability to do other things for work, like, I hope she really does reach this so she can do her photography and stuff, because that'd be something she could handle. Like,
Can I like
gal.
mention as well, like when she was talking about like the age thing and the amount of surgery she had to do, like obviously the Barnetts knew they were in over their head when they realized how many surgeries she'd had to have growing up as a child. So they just saw her as a money pit in the end. And so it could have been one of the reasons why they tried to age her up.
Yes.
But in doing so, she missed out on so many important surgeries for that type of for that age. Because I didn't know whether to treat her as an adult or as a child. So she missed out on a lot of things to try and correct herself and make her life easier. So
It's so sad.
it is sad. Yeah, this like that spirals into so many things that just can't be helped for her. And yeah, I hope that she gets some help. That's for sure.
She should be able to sue the snot out of them.
I think she should. I think she should. Because you know what? I don't think the fight is over with yet, because I honestly believe she's going to revisit that age change again. And she should. Because you know what?
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to talk about it based on the other charges, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's I mean, it's not like they can't do another case against them because of the age change.
Yeah, and the problems it caused.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, listen, if the dentist still had the dental records of her back then, I mean, boom, there's your proof right there, because adults don't have baby teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there was talk about her being 6 years old and having pubic hair.
Yeah, see,
that can happen.
But well, that also seems to me, though, I want to feel like that was maybe a lie.
Yeah, well, it could have been a lie, or also that can just happen.
I think it can happen, but there's two things here I want to say. Number one was where she was in that hospital, and a lot of the nurses and stuff were saying that she had pubic hair, and they were going to put her into the adult version. And that was when she was getting re-aged, and like I'm not quite sure if that's something that they were like paid off to say, or there could be so many reasons why they say that, right? Number two is that they did say that when they had her testing for her age, that she was actually within 2 years different, and so like she could potentially have been 2 years older than what she actually was at the time. So she thinks she was 19 or 20 or something like that, and they say she's probably closer to 22 when they did her biology test.
Right.
So which means that at that age
she could have been 10.
Exactly, and that is around the time when you're meant to get that type of stuff happening to you. So.
That's true. That's very true. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Well, they did confirm her birth though through her mother.
Yeah, which was 2003. Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's all crazy.
Yeah, I feel like this really boils down to a couple that they were not built to adopt kids. They weren't ready to handle any problems that any adoption could bring, and they panicked.
Yeah, it didn't fit their narrative to what they wanted, like, because she was like, as that investigator woman said on the documentary, is that the mother was doing the Spark book review and telling everybody that she nurtured her son into being a genius. It wasn't just him off his own back doing what he liked or whatever. That was her, right? And so the next step for her was to adopt a kid, potentially someone that was disabled, maybe even mentally disabled in some way, and try and make them into another genius in the family. And when she realized that wasn't possible was when she was trying to get her out of her life and change things around for her, because she was just like, well, this is fitting what I wanted to do. And then she even she even took all mention of Natalia out of the book, because this was in the 3-year period when she was writing the book. And so the ghostwriter in the end actually had to take out any mention of the adoption, of dwarfism, and of Natalia at all. So she completely erased her from that book too. Yeah. So yeah, there's so many wheels and moving parts and turns.
So
and
many
twists
twists and turns.
Yeah.
This
Oh
is
man,
insane.
it's crazy. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine this whole damn thing has pissed me off. It pissed me off so bad. I couldn't barely function, to be honest, watching it.
Yeah.
I was so angry. I was so angry at everybody. Except for okay, let's talk about this. And then we're done, all right? You haven't watched the last episode, but you did watch a spoiler, Eva.
I did watch a spoiler, and
that was
shocked.
and let me tell you something. That was the very last thing you heard on that last episode with the I guess you would say the new parents, and them calling what do they call the production company or something, and calling her like, what did he say, that she's not a demon, but
that I can possibly get that. Give me a second.
Oh. Hey there, Bunny. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, this is what we see, Bunny. This is what we see.
Oops. I was being sassy.
Okay, just in case Eva puts this in the beginning of the video, what we're happening here is we're waiting for Eva to pull something up, and I'm going through my Twitter timeline, just waiting because I have ADHD, and all of a sudden it's Bunny going, eat my, and then it's a booty.
It's just a little butt.
It's just a little butt. Jesus Christ, Bunny.
Okay. It said months after Natalia's adoption, 2 weeks ago, and 6 months after Natalia's adoption, the producers got a shocking phone call.
Yes.
And they were like, something ain't right with Natalia. This girl is tweaking.
Yes.
I feel like she's the enemy in the house. And she said to us, we have held her hostage and made us look like we're the enemy. Natalia is stabbing her family in the back, says Cynthia, over a complete lie. And she's done other things too, but this was a new low. Natalia has does not have emotions for nothing but herself, and we're done. We're done with her.
Yeah, and that was the very last thing. Yes, that's the end.
Then the last thing that popped up on the screen after that is Natalia's story will continue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. I have to go watch this last episode now.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You're gonna get pissed when you see him dressed like Fred Durst trying to drive off in his little convertible. Oh God! I was like about to vomit. That's how bad it was.
He really was the old Fred. He really was the old Fred Durst. He really was. She's not lying.
He was rolling.
He was rolling. He really was. So
bad.
Oh my God. Anyway, so this docuseries was a wild ride. You can catch it on the ID channel, or I watch it on Discovery Plus. That's how I watched
it on Peacock.
Okay, Bunny watched it on Peacock, so there you go. So you can find it.
I watched it via VPN on a different website because I don't get it here. So.
Okay, well, Eva got hers in nefarious ways. But I would actually encourage everyone to watch this. This story is wild, and if they do come out with a third season, when that third season is over with, I'm pretty sure we're going to end up recapping it, because this shit is wild. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming out to the broadcast, watching our 43rd episode, and ladies, I guess y'all have a good night. Tell everybody goodbye.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
All right, night everybody. Bye.
The daddy, he's got the most punchable face, I swear.